what I don't understand is legally she married him when he was Dean Ambrose.
So if you change your name to Dean Ambrose, you would then be legally married to Renee Young, right?
Holy shit, Skeeter.
It's hardcore. It's uncensored. It's On Your Mark with Mark E. Xtreme.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the most extreme wrestling podcast there is on this galaxy. And, I wish we were talking about Guardians of the Galaxy today, because then we'd be talking about Batista, and he makes me feel safe. He's a good guy. But who's a better guy is also someone who makes me safe, even though they hit me with weapons and rakes and garden hoses, is my best friend in the world, your host, Mark and Xtreme. Oh, I'm Skeeter Skyflyer, by the way.
Skeeter, there's nobody in this world or galaxy or universe that makes me feel more unsafe when I'm out in public with you than you, Skeeter Skyflyer. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mark. Xtreme, 15 plus years, undefeated, backyard wrestling entertainment champion and owner. And on top of all that smooth ass, sexy ass shit, I am the host of the number one, no need to look at the numbers, the number one YouTube wrestling channel, On Your Mark. And we thought everybody's been loving that channel for so long, and that we would take everything that you love about it and fuck it into the podcast world. And that's why we've been doing the On Your Mark Wrestling podcast every Wednesday on Ricky the Dragon Wagon Radio's podcast network. We're deep diving into topics and giving you a perspective like you've never seen before. The most hardcore and uncensored perspective from the greatest backyard wrestling entertainer that has ever lived, Mark E. Xtreme.
Slight correction there. It's Dragon Wagon Radio.
I always say that. Ricky the goddamn Dragon Wagon Radio Network.
Well, they got a bunch of great shows, including this one, so you should go check out other ones. And be sure to also rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. That is a way you can win a free T-shirt by doing that. If you leave a rating and review, be sure to do that. That helps people find the show. Did you know that, Mark E. Xtreme?
Yeah, I know that. And I don't think that we emphasize how important reviews are. And a lot of podcasts, a lot of wrestling podcasts and just podcasts in general, repeatedly say, leave us a rating review, leave us a rating review. But it is very, very goddamn important. And if you want all my hopes and dreams to come true, then please pause this podcast. Or if you're taking a shit, just pinch it off and go leave us a rating, a positive rating and review, please, but a rating and review on our iTunes page, because it helps us climb the charts and it gets more people listening.
Well, and why wouldn't they want to listen? Because today we're going to be talking about Renee Young.
Ooh, God.
Oh, you're thinking of Chavo Guerrero's. Ooh, Chavo.
No, that's me.
Bleep, blor, bleep, bleep. Blah, blah, blow, blow, bleep, blah, blow, blow, bling, bling. Bleep, blah, blow, blow, bleep, blah, bleep, bleep, blue, bloop, bleep, bleep, da, blue, blue, bleep. That's Chavo's song.
Are you over there goddamn trying to have sex with a robot or something? What the hell is all those bleeps and blops for? It doesn't make any sense to me.
You can't have sex with a robot. That's
oh,
not
hell
legal.
Yeah, you can. You want me to show you?
Wait a minute. You can have sex with robots now?
I can have, with permission, with their permission, I can have sex with whatever I want.
Can we get a robot in Backyard Wrestling Entertainment as a wrestler?
Maybe we already have one. Just gonna say that.
What? Oh, that's another episode altogether, folks. But before we get to Renee Young, we got some extreme shout outs from our Patreon. Isn't that right, Marky Xtreme?
Hell yeah, that's right. The Patreons, the people that put the roof over the backyard, keep my dinner on my table before I goddamn body slam somebody through it. The skid marks over on our Patreon. And if you want to become a part of this prestigious list and get a special shout out every week, then go over to patreon.com/OIM show. But the Patreon, the skid marks that get a shout out this week are as follows: Tim Redbeard, Spot the Magic Ninja, Liam McLee, Rick Conley, Tom, Hillbilly Bryn, Max, Angela Elias, Mr. Blix, and Miguel Diaz. So there you have it, Skeeter. Those are the skid marks that make this goddamn thing possible.
That's a lot. Soon we're going to not have time for the show. You're going to just be reading all the shout outs.
Hey, I goddamn wish that'd be goddamn amazing. You know, and get some more money in my bank account and stop having to eat from my goddamn Easy Bake Oven.
Can I have that back, please?
No, I'm baller on a budget over here, and I gotta eat what I can.
I was going to have a little party, and I was going to make brownies.
Well, sorry, until we get more Patreon subscribers over at patreon.com/OIM show, that Easy Bake Oven stays in my kitchen.
Okay. Well, folks, today we're going to be talking all about Renee Young. I'm so excited. Renee Young, such...
I'm excited too, Skeeter. Finally, you pick a goddamn episode topic that I'm excited about.
Well, I thought Nicholas was pretty great.
I don't want to talk about underage kids. I want to talk about goddamn hotties.
Well, she's also very accomplished.
Yeah, that was great. That's awesome.
Well, she was born Renee Jane Baguette on September 19th, 1985.
She's a baguette?
What?
Is she a baguette?
You can't say that word. That's the inappropriate
word. No, you said it. You
baguette.
Said it. I don't want to get this podcast canceled.
A baguette, like a
baguette.
Like a loaf of bread.
Hey, you said it. Skeeter called her a baguette.
A baguette.
All right. A female version is a baguette.
Her it's a long lineage of bread makers, I guess, because you're named after what you are.
Oh, okay. Okay, continue, Skeeter.
In Toronto, Ontario, Canada. After high school, Renee applied to several colleges and began training in improv comedy. You ever seen improv comedy?
No, what the fuck is that?
It's comedy where they say they don't write anything down. They just do comedy. They just make it up. Like they just start talking to each other and then it's funny.
That's fucking stupid. Who the fuck would do that?
Did that show, the Whose Lines It Anyway, with Wayne Brady.
Why would you watch a show without a script?
What? Wait, that's confusing. Wrestling used to not have scripts. But now they have scripts.
Yeah, but it's called a television show, so it has a script. That's why we have a script, because we're producing a television show, Skeeter. Not yet on television at Backyard Wrestling Entertainment, but still, you got to make it what you want it.
But it's funny to watch them they just make it up. They say they make it up. I don't know if that's true or not, because they didn't swear on the Bible.
Nobody likes improv. Nobody does.
Nobody?
No, nobody. There ain't no room.
Doesn't Dolph Ziggler do improv comedies? And
I bet Dolph Ziggler does, is because he makes a joke of this business, and I don't got time. I don't got time for that shit.
Well, then at the age of 19, she relocated to Los Angeles to pursue a career as a comedic actress, and then later moved back to Toronto and auditioned for films and music videos and commercials. And then she went into broadcasting when acting didn't work out.
Okay.
Wasn't that interesting? She was almost an actress. They didn't even put her in any of the WWE films.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that they want to keep, someone that good looking on their TV, on their television show, and not other screens. You know what I mean?
Well, who's better looking, Lana or Renee Young?
Oh, God dang it. Why you got to do that to me? Why you got to do that to me?
This is the show that keeps the feet to the fire of all the questions.
I don't know. Gun to my head, I couldn't pick.
Billy gun to your head. Who do you pick?
A Billy gun to my head. Renee Young. Just, that's a gun to my head.
Well, I guess that's why Lana was in a movie then with Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's less hot then.
That's probably true.
And then Renee signed with the American Professional Wrestling Promotion, WWE, in October of 2012, where she was initially given the name Renee Sterling before choosing the name Renee Young, which was obviously, since she's a big music buff, was a nod to Eric Young because he was in the band in TNA.
Ah, there you go. Groundbreaking research. I never heard that before.
You're welcome. Can you imagine if her name was Renee Sterling?
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. That's not a good gimmick. I would have definitely stepped in on creative and been like, we got to change that.
Mark Xtreme, what does it take to be a great host in wrestling?
A great host? Well, that's one of the facets we teach at Backyard Wrestling Academy. And I think, like everybody, we've said it before on this podcast, but you got to have the it. You got to have the it. And Renee had it, and I think that's a big part of it. Talent and ability, whatever. But you got to have it, and she did, and she stuck out like a sore thumb, and our truth's in the pudding.
Well, her first appearance was a co-host on the 2012 Survivor Series pre-show along with Scott Stanford, and then she debuted on January 23rd, 2013 episode of NXT as a backstage interviewer. We've had, there's been a lot of people that have been backstage interviewers, but we've also had Mackenzie Mitchell, who's now a backstage interviewer at NXT.
That's right. And I think that I'm glad you mentioned that, Skeeter, because I think this is a good
You're
time.
welcome.
I think this is a good time for us to take a trip back in time, back into the vault with our conversation with on-air host from Impact Wrestling at the time, Mackenzie Mitchell.
From the vault.
You got white freaking teeth. How do you get your teeth like that?
Crest white strips. That's the trick.
You
should try it out.
Yeah, I ain't paying for nothing. You know what? Brushing my teeth is already too damn expensive, so I ain't going any extra miles.
It's like a toothbrush is like 89 cents from Walmart. And then toothpaste is like what, $1?
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna pay. Okay?
Oh,
Quest White Strips is way too damn expensive.
They are a little expensive, but I think you could do it. If it's that big of a deal and it's worth it, you should do it.
Every time I brush my teeth, I bleed.
Oh, gosh.
Nonstop. Is that normal?
Well, no, it's not, because I'm a dentist daughter and I grew up
I could tell.
around. Oh, what does that even mean? What does that mean?
You could just tell. Sometimes you can just tell.
I don't even know.
We got a dentist daughter over here.
Do you have another question for me?
Oh, yeah, I got lots of questions for a dentist daughter.
From the vault.
Well, there you have it. She obviously had the hots for Marky like they all do. Right, Skeeter?
Really? I didn't know Eddie Kingston had the hots for you.
No, Mackenzie Mitchell. We just went back in the vault with Mackenzie Mitchell, not Kofi.
Yeah, but you said they all have the hots for you. So does that mean everybody, like John Morrison, had the hots for you?
No, all of the ladies.
Oh, well, Madison Rain didn't have the hots for you.
She did. Matter of fact, she did, because she may not say it, and she may put up this facet of all this tough and I love my life with nerd ass Josh Matthews, but her eyes tell the whole story. You can go back on our YouTube channel and watch the interview, but she's being held hostage in her basement. Talk about a robot. Josh Matthews made her in his basement, but I digress. Skeeter, let's get back to the episode.
Renee Young began performing interviews exclusively for WWE Active in February 2013 and then made her SmackDown debut on March 29th episode, interviewing Randy Orton, Big Show, and Sheamus. I don't know how she did that because all those guys are taller than her. So that seems like that'd be a real tough job.
Yeah, seems like it'd be a tough job, but so you've got to put a lot of work in to be able to do something like that. She probably went on a lot of jogs and, maybe a lot of runs, possibly a lot of races. And Skeeter, if there's a race that all the listeners at home can take part in without even getting their asses off the couch. And what race might that be, Skeeter?
Oh, like one of those mukbangs where you try.
No, I don't. One, I don't know what a mukbang is, and that don't sound like anything that we could probably get away with talking about on this podcast, Skeeter. No, Skeeter, I am talking about our On Your Mark 10K Go contest over at our YouTube channel. Tell fine folks at home about our On Your Mark 10K Go contest.
All you got to do, folks, in order to win this, to be eligible to win a prize, is you subscribe to youtube.com/OnYourMarkShow, and then from there, you're automatically entered to win the video game WWE Battlegrounds, where it's legends and current members of the roster. They're fighting each other, and it's over-the-top arcade-style action. And you can have it on digital or on any system you want. We'll deliver it to you.
Hell yeah. It's the easiest contest you'll ever enter. Just go over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/OnYourMarkShow, and hit a Renee Young elbow drop to that subscribe button.
Did she ever do an elbow drop? I know she slapped people in the face.
Hit a Renee Young slap to that subscribe button.
Well, Mark Xtreme, let's do a little role playing. Let's say it's your first.
Ew. What?
What?
I'm not I do not want to role play with you, Skeeter.
Why not?
I'm starting to think about you looking like Scarlett Bordeaux again.
I'll picture you in a different outfit. I'll picture you like a French maid.
Okay, and I do actually need to think about you looking and being somebody different now. So what do you want to do as a role play?
I want you to pretend it's March 29th episode of SmackDown and you got to interview the Big Show. How would you do it? How'd you show Renee Young how it's done?
As Marky Xtreme or as Renee Young?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you be Renee Young and you interview the Big Show.
Okay, I'm going to take this really seriously.
I hope you do.
And if people have gone back and watched my episode on our YouTube channel with Christy Hemme, knows that when I take this kind of thing very seriously. When I channel a woman, when I become a woman, I take it very seriously. So give me a second, Skeeter. I'm gonna become Renee Young right now. And if you want to do any chant or incantation to make that transition a little bit swifter and more possible, because it's going to be painful. And so if you know any voodoo, witchcraft, Papa Shango shit to make this transition from me to Renee Young right now a little more swift and possible, that'd be really helpful.
Okay, I will.
All right, go for it.
We're about to behold a transformation in audio form, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Dalmatian. Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Dalmatian.
Keep going, Skeeter. Keep going.
Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Dalmatian. Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Dalmatian.
Where am I? My name is Renee Young. And my name is Renee Young. And I am right now backstage with the Big Show. And he's got a match tonight with Sheamus. And I'm Renee Young. And oh my God, I got tits. Wait a second. Oh my God, I got a vagina. Oh my God, I got a butthole. I'm sorry, Big Show. I take my job very seriously. Back to you. Your match tonight with the Big Show, or with the Sheamus. Sorry, I can't get over that I have tits. Am I married yet to Dean Ambrose? I am? Oh my God. That means I've seen Dean Ambrose pecker. Oh my God, get me out of here, Skeeter. Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Dalmatian, Lima, Echo, India, Hotel, Shield.
Oh my God, what the fuck was that, Skeeter? What did you do to me?
That was amazing. You channeled Renee Young. It was a terrible interview, but you channeled Renee Young so perfectly.
Holy shit, man. I don't know what kind of Papa Shango shit that you just pulled on me, but that was one of the most transcendent, beautiful experiences of my life. And I mean, oh my God, I felt I was literally there. It was like I was in her, you know?
That's amazing. It was a sight to behold, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I mean, I wasn't looking at Mark and Xtreme anymore. I was looking at Renee Young just grabbing herself and discovering her body, which again was really something to see. If we ever did a video podcast, I don't think we could air any of that.
I don't think we could ever air that either.
It's a good thing you were in her body, because otherwise legally I think you'd be arrested for what you did.
Yeah. I mean, what happened really happened, and I'm glad that we got it captured at least on an audio form, because this is a monumental occasion in wrestling history.
Toll ride.
To fucking stop! Oh, I will bark at you until you fucking stop.
Why are you barking at me?
Don't you dare fucking do it. Everybody listening at home, I've been getting tweets of people saying, hashtag toll ride. I support Skeeter, do a toll ride. No. That is a fast track to me blocking your ass on Twitter. So don't even fucking do this shit, Skeeter. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to hijack, get your own fucking shirts made or whatever, get a trend going. But that is dumb. You're dumb.
Can I see those tweets?
They're there.
Yeah, but you don't let me use the phone.
That's damn right. You know, you're not there yet mentally.
I hope someday. In September 2013, Young made her commentary debut on NXT, and from July 3rd, 2014 to January 9th, 2015, Renee Young was a color commentator on WWE Superstars along Tom Phillips. And she's been the first WWE female full-time announcer in more than a decade. What an amazing accomplishment that is. They couldn't find a woman to talk about wrestling in all that time.
That's an amazing accomplishment. Like I said, she has it. She has the it factor, and hot. She's super hot and married to D. But sidetrack. Why isn't her name now Renee Ambrose?
That was going to be a question of mine. You want me to just go ahead and get to that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you bring up Mark and Xtreme. This shows why you're just the greatest wrestling mind there is, because you bring up a very interesting legal question, because Renee began dating wrestler Dean Ambrose in 2013, and they were married at their Las Vegas home in improv ceremony. Oh, so they did more improv there in the early hours of April 9th, 2017. But now, a legal question. Renee Young was married to Dean Ambrose, but now Dean Ambrose changed his name to John Moxley. Is Renee Young's marriage to Dean Ambrose numb and Freud? Do you think that if we called the cops and reported this, that we could get Dean Ambrose arrested and then I could maybe swoop in there? Because I got people all the time saying, you look like Dean Ambrose. Well, motherfuckers, Dean Ambrose looks like me. And so she might, remember in Jackass when the fat ass went in there and switched with Phil Margera and Preston Lacey.
Yeah, and he went in there and switched with, and she didn't know the difference because they were fat. And so I don't think Renee Young would never know the difference. So maybe after this podcast, we should call the cops.
Well, okay. Well, you got to be careful of what you're reporting, because if you say Dean Ambrose, you're calling the cops on Dean Ambrose, he's not alive anymore. It's John Moxley that's alive now.
Oh, well, yeah, that's whatever. Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, whatever.
But that's going to get you in trouble in the courts, and they're going to go like, there is no Dean Ambrose, sir. Your case is dismissed.
But what I don't understand is legally she married him when he was Dean Ambrose.
So if you change your name to Dean Ambrose, you would then be legally married to Renee Young, right?
Holy shit, Skeeter. That's like one of the best ideas you've ever came up with. If I change my name to Dean Ambrose, not only will I get to legally automatically be married and betrothed to Renee Young, but I would maybe get to go automatically into WWE.
Yeah, but then you can't do any side ventures. You can't do any Twitch or podcasting because then WWE owns your rights and can stop you from doing all.
I will do whatever the fuck I want, and ain't no goddamn Vincent Kennedy McMahon or Hunter Hearst Helmsley going to tell me otherwise.
I think they would because they'd be your bosses.
I would be my own boss, and I would write that into my contract.
Oh, then why don't you change your name to Vince McMahon?
This is getting too deep for my mind to comprehend. I don't know. I don't think that is possible.
I might change my name to Maven, and then I could be best friends with Josh Matthews.
Why the fuck would you want to be best friends with Josh Matthews?
Are you going to be my best friend?
Hell no.
I need a best friend. So if I got to change my name, then maybe that's what I got to do.
I mean, I get wanting to change your name to Maven. He's a goddamn legend in this business, but wanting to be, do it to want to be friends with Josh Matthews, that doesn't make any sense to me. But if I would get it, if you wanted to go and I'm Maven now and I'm a part of WWE and I get to have that match that everybody wanted to see, Maven versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania. But, to be friends with Josh Matthews, Skeeter, sometimes you come up with the dumbest shit.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see here. Then Renee Young had also was the co-host on the 6th season of Tough Enough alongside Chris Jericho. Hey, that's where Maven came from.
Yeah, there
Look
you
how
go.
that ties together. That's fun. In 2016, Renee Young began appearing as a cast member for the 6th season of Total Divas. Mark Xtreme, what's your favorite episode of Total Divas?
I don't know that I've ever seen. What is this show?
Total Divas.
What is it about?
The divas in the WWE, like Renee Young and Lana and Natalia and Brie Bella and Nikki Bella and Paige.
Wait, there's a whole show with just them?
Yeah.
And they're not wrestling?
They show very little wrestling on there. It's usually them like going on vacations and getting drunk and wearing bikinis and stuff.
This is a real thing.
Yeah, Nia Jax is on there too.
Give me 20 seconds, Skeeter. I'll be right back.
Well, this is unprecedented, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Marky Xtreme is gone right now, and I guess I'm just gonna.
E
All right, I'm back.
You barking again?
Guys, nothing happened here. I'm definitely gonna watch Total Divas.
Okay, I think you should. I think it's a real fun show, and that'd be exciting. Then we can do a Total Divas episode.
I'll be watching it by myself, Skeeter, by myself in my privacy.
Yeah, but then we do a podcast episode. Is what I'm saying.
No, I'm not gonna allow anybody to take part in my Total Diva time. Thank you.
You're welcome. Then Renee Young was a host of kickoff shows and Raw Talk, but one of the best shows of all that Renee Young did was Talkin' Smack. She was co-hosting with Dan O'Brien, and that's when the rosters had split, but like for realsies. And it was Raw and SmackDown had the after show Talkin' Smack. Her and Dan O'Brien are on there, and they're talking to Baron Corbin and Carmella and James Ellsworth, and one of the most famous segments with The Miz. And the Miz got all mad and saying Daniel Bryan, like, why don't you get back in the ring, you quitter? And he got all mad and he's spitting and screaming and stuff. And Renee Young was there. She was a part of that moment in history.
Yeah, I remember that very vividly. It's one of those times in wrestling history that blur the lines of reality and fiction. And, those are some of the best. When you're able to do that in wrestling, that's what we're all really trying to aim for as wrestlers. For me, those are my favorite memories in wrestling. Going back in time and in WCW when Chucky appeared on Monday Nitro. Terrified me as a child, and got involved with the Rick Steiner feud, and that's when the lines were blurred for me. I was terrified, and I was fully invested as a child. Skeeter, what was one of the moments from history that really blurred the lines of reality for you and made you really believe?
I say one of the moments that was really real for me in wrestling that blurred the lines was when David Arquette won the world championship in WCW. And then
did you like that?
Yeah, I loved it.
But okay, first of all, David Arquette, an actor, can't come in our business and win the goddamn prestigious WCW World Heavyweight Championship. I'm still pissed off about that.
Wait, but I thought you loved the movie Ready to Rumble.
I love Ray Rumble. That don't mean I want him coming into my business and winning the belt.
But I thought he was great. I thought he's a great champion.
Yeah, you would.
Because he's strong, and he's got crazy eyes.
Yeah, my pecker's strong, Skeeter. Next to David Arquette.
Next to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not taller.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think so. David Arquette's probably at least 6 foot.
No.
Because I've seen it, and I don't know how big it gets, but otherwise, it'd be
Skeeter,
standing next to you.
Okay. Everybody listening at home, regardless of what Skeeter may say on this podcast, Skeeter's never seen my pecker, and he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I've seen it. Maybe I've never seen it as big as it gets.
Oh, God dang it. Skeeter, I will tell you this one last fucking time. Take the cameras out of my house and put them in the backyard, because you know what, Skeeter? We have released something new in the backyard wrestling entertainment that has changed the game.
Those cockroaches? I'm still sorry about that. I just had a jar of them because I was trying to collect them, but I didn't know that releasing them was really going to change everything all that much.
What? Why did you fucking forget it? I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. But recently in the BWE, we're always changing the game. We're always, reinventing the wheel at BWE. And you know what? Now is no different, because recently in BWE, we have taken what WWE has done with the Thunderdome, and we have given you something better, the BWE Nitro Dome. Tell them about the BWE Nitro Dome, Skeeter.
It's amazing. Look, WWE has the Thunderdome, and that's neat and all, because it's a bunch of screens, and there's a bunch of pyro, and it's very exciting to see all those faces from around the world. But no, that's not anywhere near as exciting as the Nitro Dome, because the Nitro Dome is the most amount of fans you can imagine, because Xtreme had the innovative idea to stack fans on top of fans, and there are fans on each other's shoulders. There's bunk beds. There's all kinds of things to just get as many fans in there as possible that spit in the face of the fire code.
Absolutely. Sometimes you got to take what somebody's done, steal their idea, and make it better. And this is no different. And if people have asked us, why do we call it the Nitro Dome? Because, well, bottom line is Nitro was better than Thunder. And so now in the Johnson's backyard, any BWE event, you can come experience the Nitro Dome live. We are packing more fans in there and ever before, and you will be up close and right in the face of the BWE superstars.
Yeah, it's a great experience. I don't think I could go back to regular seating.
You're never going to.
It's great. It's great. And as is this monumental milestone that Renee Young hit when Renee Young filled in for Jonathan Coachman as a guest commentator on August 13th, 2018 episode of Raw, making her, I'll go get a little emotional, making her,
What's wrong? What the hell's wrong with you?
making Renee Young the first woman to call an entire episode of Monday Night Raw. Young joined the commentary team for Raw full-time the following month and became the first permanent female commentator of the program. That's a women's revolution right there.
No, it's not. It's a commentary. Evolution was different.
But she paved the way.
Yeah.
She paved the way.
Yeah.
And there's never been any woman since or before then who's been able to be I guess there's Beth Phoenix and Lita. Oh yeah, Lita did that one thing that one time, the cruiserweight thing, or the Mae Young Classic. I guess there's been a couple of women commentators.
Well, I mean, I get the excitement behind it, and it is a for any it's a first. There's a first. Firsts in wrestling are beautiful things, and I can relate. I was the first person. I am the first person that's held a belt this long, and undefeated, and so it's
you did
similar.
lose it for a little while.
Never. That what when
it's documented on Being the Extreme.
That's not legal. I physically lost it, but I didn't. I was still the champion.
Yes, but you lost the championship.
Shut the fuck up, Skeeter. You're pissing me off. But no, as I was saying, as I can relate, being someone that prestigious, to become the first women's commentator. I completely understand. I'm on the same level as the longest reigning wrestling champion in history.
And then in October 2019, maybe the greatest accomplishment yet, Renee Young began working on WWE Backstage on Fox, where she worked with a lot of legends in the wrestling business. But this is where Renee Young brought CM Punk back to WWE by bringing CM Punk back to WWE Backstage.
Oh, man. So, I would have obviously rather to see him out there dropping pipe bombs in the ring and putting people to sleep and all that badass shit. God dang, I love CM Punk, man. I can't wait for him to come back and kick John Cena's ass, or maybe he's a leader of Retribution. You never know. But wasn't the return that I was, hoping for CM Punk, but he's got to get the tip of his bick a little wet before he dives into the deep end.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You gotta get the tip of his what?
You gotta get your tip wet before you dive into kiddie pool deep end.
I don't think you're supposed to put your tip in the kiddie pool because then there's kitties around.
It's a metaphor, Skeeter.
But cats hate water.
Yeah, they do.
So why is there a kiddie pool?
If the cat's gonna get in the water, it's got to learn how to drink at some point.
Now this is above my brain.
That's
what
what
I
my
can
grandpa
comprehend.
told me. You never had a grandpa because you're a test tube baby.
Then who was that man?
Wait, what?
Who was that man?
Did you have somebody pretend to be your grandpa?
I knew someone to be Grampers.
I don't even want to dive down this one. Let's continue this show. Wrap this shit up.
After WWE SummerSlam 2020, Renee Young gave her notice to WWE and has since quit.
It's a sad day. It's a really sad day because I'm gonna miss seeing that hot piece of thing on my TV. But
I'm gonna miss her talent.
Yeah, that too. But I'm excited, because she's gonna probably go to AEW or some shit like that. Maybe we will have her in Backyard Wrestling Entertainment in the Nitro Dome. If she'll return my phone calls. Should I legally say that I got her number, Skeeter?
Why not? Why don't you? Well, you can disclose all information and just say her phone number out loud.
I don't think that's how that works.
Well, then no one can be mad at you because then everyone has her phone number.
227-863-3399. And
There you go.
I did not get that from Raven Levy.
Then who'd you get it from?
Did not get that from Raven Levy.
Okay, well, that eliminates one person in the world.
I did not get Renee Young's number from Raven Levy. Continue. We're done here.
Okay. Well, in conclusion, what do you think will be next for Renee Young?
Well, like I said, I think she's probably gonna, end up in AEW like they all do. But we would love to have her back to wrestling entertainment. I could see her diving back into Hollywood. Probably, on some Geico commercials or some bullshit. The future is very bright for Renee Ambrose.
Could we hire her to do improv comedy at Backyard Wrestling Entertainment?
We are not doing any improv comedy bullshit, fake scriptless trash entertainment in Backyard Wrestling Entertainment. There's no room for comedy in Backyard Wrestling Entertainment.
I'd love to do some improv comedy with Renee Young. Think about it, in the intermission of the show, that because if you won't give me a match, maybe I could do improv with Renee Young.
You want to do some improv right now, Skeeter?
Okay.
Okay, let's do a scene. I've got a gun. We're in the middle of the desert, and I'm pointing it right at your head. And action.
I'd love to give you water. We're in a desert, and you look thirsty.
Bang!
Sir.
You're fucking dead. And let's wrap this shit up. I gotta take a shit.
That was good. It wasn't really funny, but it was good. I like that a lot.
I thought it was really funny. I felt like I was actually there. I'm sweating.
I feel like one of the Ziegler brothers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has just been a great day. We've been talking about Renee Young. We even had a little role playing and even a little improv comedy. Boy, who doesn't say the show doesn't deliver? You got to leave that rating review on iTunes and let everybody know how fun this show is. Get in on it. Get your tip wet in the kiddie pool, as Mark Grandpa says. So do that and check out our TikTok at OIM Show. And you can see all sorts of fun content there. Be sure to check out Question Mark Live Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mark Xtreme, Skeeter Skyflyer, and a different guest every week from the world of wrestling, from the world of YouTube. It just keeps changing each and every week, and you got to want to check those out because they're only available for that week, and then they go on our Patreon. So also check out patreon.com/OYM Show, where you can see past Question Mark Live episodes, where it's live and it's crazy. Anything can happen, as well as getting these episodes early, getting the videos early, exclusive t-shirts, replica championship belts, all kinds of good stuff. So check that out as well. Mark Xtreme, what else you got? Tell them about.
Get one of our sick t-shirts over at prowrestlingtees.com/OIM Show. I don't want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart for coming this past weekend into the Johnson's backyard and into the Nitro Dome for our BWE Balls Out event. We had a great sold out crowd of over 60 fucking people. It was so sick. And as you know, Balls Out is the show, it's our competition event for All Out. Or it wasn't this past weekend, whatever this was recording, but it happened recently. And, the Balls Out is the show where we, every wrestler wrestles with their balls out. All nut shots are legal, and all people get in half off if they expose their nuts to the person at the door.
It's a great event. It's really freeing, and on a hot day, it just feels good. So thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Bye-bye.
Dragon Wagon.